What's up, everybody? Spare with a Gun here from Sleepless Nights with another episode on Space Engineers. I don't know why I messed that up. I almost messed that up, though. So this is something I've never really done before. Most of the time I do an update video on the game updates and then I'm done, but this one... Why is it doing that? Sorry. Just figuring out that crosshair glitch. So this one I'm actually still on the Warheads here. I've been doing some testing... and it's fairly interesting. So, I found a couple things. One is, I found out why the rocks weren't going into this chamber here, and the problem is pretty simple. The rock was too big. I was trying to push the rock in, and it was hitting these walls, which were setting off the warheads inside, and blowing everything up. So that was bad. So I've done a few tests here. As you can see, one of them clearly backfired, but one of them has worked. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disable just by turning the power off. Now I do have to keep my jetpack on or else I float away, but there's no insane gravity going on. So the first thing that I did was this guy, which this worked decently. This one failed miserably. Okay, so let me explain. When you grab this guy, and you bring him over here. Now, one important thing to keep in mind is that the power does not affect the landing gear. So you can keep the power off, which disables the gravity generators, but still use the landing gear, which is helpful. So you go in here, you hit P, it locks that, right? Right, good. Now this guy was a little contraption that I built for loading the rock. Since, I apologize, I don't remember the user. I'm going to sneeze, eventually, so if you hear my mic cut out, that's why. I can feel it, don't you hate that? I hate that. You feel it coming, and it's just sitting there. I've been fighting a little bit of a cold. I may sound off. If I do, I apologize. But it's that wintry season, so I've been fighting a cold, and my throat's been messed up and everything, so... Alright. So we want to get a small rock. And I found 20... let's get a little bit bigger. You can't go over, like, I think it's... Okay, 56 is probably as big as we can fit in this warhead here. So what I do is make sure you're not moving at all, and then drag this out and drop it. Where did it drop it to? Right in front of me. Okay. So then what I do is I get in this little guy, which is a very useful little machine. He's got pretty much just all the thrusters for directions, a couple of lights which I can turn off, and then a landing gear. Pretty simple. Some gyros and power. Let's line you up. And you don't want to go too fast, because you'll end up playing ping pong. But if you get close enough, and you're lined up correctly, like so. Oops. I just pushed myself out of alignment. You can lock it in. And then you can just spin around here. Now, this is a little tricky. Again, I don't really have this optimally designed per se. One of the viewers commented on one of my other videos. I forget who it was. I'm sorry. I am bad with names. It's not you. It's me. But mentioned using landing gears on the inside to hold the what am I stuck on? Oh. The rock's off to the side. Okay, so you get it lined up like this, and somebody had mentioned using a landing gear inside the shell, I think, unless I misunderstood that, to hold it in place. The only problem with that is it has to be loose to affect the shell, unless you're talking about releasing it after it's inside, which would work. But you kind of let it go and release at the same time so the momentum carries it in. Crap. That was what I was afraid would happen. So sometimes... sometimes what can happen is they just stick out a little bit, and it's really annoying. Because I can't actually fit in here. It doesn't help that this guy's right behind me and I'm stuck now. So let's move you. Now, normally what I would do is just pick it up, try again, but I don't really want to do that. So what I'm going to try and do is just remove this. Like so, and we'll put block there. And then I'm going to try and just get... Ah! Why am I that much bigger? Come on, man. Let's be real here. Okay, let's see if that worked. No. Dang it. That rock may actually be a little bit too big for this. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I can actually hit it or not. And this is really risky. I've blown up the shell before doing this. I don't want to hit the wall. That's what I don't want to do. Crap. I think this rock is too big, actually. I don't think it'll go in. Let's see if we can kick it. Ah! Can we kick it? Kick it in. Oh, there we go. I think it went in a little further. Whoa, where am I looking? Darn. Dang it. Alright, well we're gonna do this a little differently then. Just because this design is kind of flawed anyway. So I'm just gonna go out one and just box it in that way. Yeah, that'll work. So now, what you do is you go in and you power everything back on so that the gravity generators are on, and then you unlock it. Now, one thing I didn't realize is, for some reason, it won't go anywhere until I get out of the cockpit, which is strange. And now, in theory... Unless that extra was too much weight, I don't know. Oh, there it goes. It takes it a minute, but eventually it goes. But you can see it's kind of slow, and that extra weight on the side makes it lopsided. Wait for it. Boom. So that works. Now, one thing you'll also notice is that since the rock was on this side and there's a hollow spot, the other warheads don't go off. So you can shoot them and they go off, but yeah. So then my idea was this design. Since that was slow, I could put a bigger rock in the back and then it would go, right? No. Well, yes, it did go faster. The problem was, because all the weight was in the back and not in the center, it rolled and spun into the wall there, so that really wasn't a good idea either. And then I got this idea, which is a little bit more fighter mechanic. It's more like a rocket. There's no missile to it, but I basically just made a small ship, took a block, put a bunch of warheads on it, deleted the block, and then built off of the other warheads type of thing. And then copy and pasted it close to these landing gears. I did have to... Okay, so this is a funny story. Oh, gravity generators are still on. Crap. So I did have to remove the landing gears for this ship, and the reason was I had it docked on the ground here, and I was trying to put these guys onto the pads. Well, every time I locked these in, it locked the ship to the ground, and I couldn't fly, and every time I unlocked them, then I couldn't lift off, or else these would go off. So basically, I ultimately ended up just locking them all and then deleting the ones that were on the ground, so this guy can't really land, unfortunately. And you also have to be careful with this design turning real rapidly, because these are technically other ships that are magnetized to the landing gears. So they will end up doing strange things and like hitting each other and stuff if you spin too quick. Now we want to make sure we line it up, because for whatever reason this doesn't line up very well in third person. In first person gives you a bit more accurate type of a thing. Now I've got my hand off the mouse because I don't want to mess up the trajectory. Side note, I just realized that big old ship has landing gears on it. I never even realized that. Oh well. Alright, so basically you want to pick up speed, fly, and then at a certain point, hit P and then let go. And you get missiles! Boom! Which is awesome. Hang on. Let's see how my Call of Duty skills are. Terrible. Okay. Took me 3. So that's another way that I found that you can do it. Now, in theory, you could make it a bit safer and do, like, you know, a block... Oh, that was weird. A block type of thing, and then just put a warhead on the front of it, almost like this. Actually, you know what? Let's... Screw it. Why not? We don't have anything better to do in this episode. Like I said, I normally don't do a part 2 with update episodes for features, but frankly, blowing up stuff is just too much fun that I wasn't ready to go back to building the Zeppelin model yet. Although, I do have a few ideas of how to actually implement this that we could do for the Zeppelin to where it has little torpedo or bombs or whatever you want to call it, which would be really fun. Oops, did I just delete one of the warheads? I did. So what this I'm going to do is open this back up, since we're not going to be using the rock idea. And we're going to make this so that it is a full torpedo kind of thing. So, let's see how this works. Let's grab you. Where'd that ship go? There you are. So we're going to fly over here. Now, I don't know if there's a way to actually turn... I don't know if I can... Alright. I don't know if there's a way to actually turn, like, how that's at an angle. Although I guess we could just turn this guy. Alright, we're gonna have to be really careful with this. Ooh, wrong way. Okay. Touchy, touchy. Come on. Let's zoom in a little bit here. Okay, I'm taking my hand off the mouse now, or just hold Alt so that I don't turn it the wrong way. Okay, I'm gonna leave it undocked. Like so. Oh, this is looking cool. Now, one thing to keep in mind that I did notice is, these guys, because they're heavier and stuff, will throw off the weight of the ship, so keep that in mind. Because you'll most likely find some kind of weight problem. Actually, what we're going to do is I'm going to move these out by 1 so that they have more room between each other so they don't hit each other on accident. Okay, so something like... maybe give it a little room. And then we're basically gonna fly over and do the exact same... Ooh! That was dangerous. Alright. Lock them in before I move. Alright. Hold on. Oh, yeah! Oh! Sorry, I totally was holding the Alt key and hit Tab. This is totally going to be my screenshot for this episode. Oh crap, I think that other program is opening now. I hope not. Ooh, these are a little more wobbly. Alright. Ooh. Oh wow, there's... Yep. Alright, sorry about that. That other program of mine opened again. Alright, so... this thing is really heavy now. Oh, it's back heavy. Okay. What about for... oh no. Oh, that's... That's bad. Alright, well, we're just gonna roll with it. Alright, we're lined up. Sort of. This is gonna be really hard to do. Get your nose down. Alright, missiles away! Oh. Okay, that was cool. It didn't really blow up as much as I thought it would, though. But it looked cool. Oh, that's part of the problem. No, they're equal. Odd. So yeah, that's one way you can do it, which is really fun. I want to also work on... That was a good idea, though. Using those as, like, missile pods. This idea works. The only problem is the rocks seem to be kind of... Excuse me. Kind of difficult to work with as opposed to the gliding mechanic. The problem with this design of using a ship is you have to be in flight. You can't use it off of this, you know, like a cannon kind of thing, which kind of sucks. One idea, though... I just thought of something. Oh, man. Oh, man. My mind is just blowing up right now. Alright. So I have a couple ideas here. Let us make a new small ship. Although... Can a small ship use motors? I guess they can. Okay. So what I'm going to need... I'm not actually going to need an assault rifle for this one. Where'd he go? Okay. So what I'm going to need here is let's just build a platform type thing for us to work on for a minute. Let's put a cockpit and let's give ourselves a bit more room. Okay. Now, how do I want to do this? Alright. So this is going to be the... I'm going to name this the helicopter blade... Helicopter... I'm trying to think of an acronym that would work. Let's do power... Sorry, I'm building and talking at the same time. We know how well that works. The helicopter clock missile delivery system or something. I don't know. How do I rotate you? Let's do it like this, because that looks better. Right? Some of you may know where I'm going with this. We're gonna do a simple Warhead one for now. Actually, let's take care of this, though. So we can actually fly it if we need to reposition. Okay, like this. Again, this is one of my derpy ships, like, I'm not actually planning on... You know, don't think I put any thought into this. I'm just kind of building it as I go. Yeah, as can be seen right now. As I just throw this together and it's not even, it's like completely lopsided. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's gonna bug me, I can't do it. Even for a derpy ship, I just can't do it. What do I need, like this? There we go, at least that's symmetrical. Okay. Now, we do new small ship. This is how I built those other Warhead ones. You just do something like this, and then just delete it, and then cut this one, and paste, and now you can pretty much put it wherever you want. which I want right there. Perfect. This is going to be terrible. I'm just gonna forward. I don't even know if this will work or not. Wait, why is it not in... You're telling me that's not in range? Landing gears in proximity. It's glowing, dude. I'm gonna blow myself up. What is the problem? Why is the rotor moving? Motor rotor. Whoop. What is going on right now? Okay, hold on. New plan. Alright. New plan. Wow, you're not cockeyed at all. That's awesome. New small ship. Okay, let's do this. We'll make a spear. Oh. Let's actually make a spear out of this. I'm so tired right now. Okay. That'll work. Oh jeez, now the stupid motor's out of whack. That's so bad. Come on, man. Work with me. Wait, no. Just, come on, motor. Turn. Oh my gosh. Oh my. This is so bad. Alright. How do I lock this thing? I need it to be... Where do I need it to be? Like 90? Isn't that a right angle? Or 95? Let's get it to go this way. Wait. How are... You're supposed to be stopping, dude. Oh my gosh. I can't even figure this out. Alright, you know what? We're gonna do this the old-fashioned way. In space. Because, you know, space had an old-fashioned way of doing things. Since you don't want to play nice, you are going to get deleted. There. How's that? Crap. It's still out of whack. Nope, we're just going to delete you too. You don't play nice, you get deleted. That's how I roll. Okay. Let's try this again. You, my friend, need to move. I want this to work very badly. Just because I think it would be utterly hilarious to watch. Okay, I need to get this as close as possible without doing that. Why is it not picking it up? Is what I want to know. Oh, I guess it's not quite close enough. Come on, dude, don't... See, it's in range, but it won't grab it. Oh, you know what? Crap, I just realized, I think the problem is it needs to have a cockpit that's connected to the arm. Oh man! Alright, hold on. That's not what I meant to do. Gosh. Explosions make my brain not work. Alright. So this guy... Yep, there it is. So this guy has the very dizzy job. Basically. This is so bad. Alright. Let's drop down so that we're in range. And let's... Come on, man. Stop it. Oh, this would be hilarious if this was multiplayer right now and there was somebody in the other cockpit. That would just be epic. Alright, stop spinning. Stop it. Stop it. Oh my gosh. I love rotors and hate them so much. Are you gonna stop? Come on, man. Why can't I even zoom out? Alright. Stop. I command thee. Alright, right about there. Let's just put some extreme brakes on it. There we go. Should have done that in the first place. Okay. This is so bad. I have no idea if this is gonna work or just fail miserably. But it'll be funny anyway. Alright. So now, it, of course, has no access to the motor. That's retarded. Okay. So what we want to do is no brakes, velocity... Wait. I want it to go this way, I think. On. Yeah, I was afraid this was gonna happen. Okay. It was a good idea. Oh man. That is awesome. That is the dumbest thing I think I've ever tried to do. Yeah. If only I had time to put in some music to this, you know. Alright, well, on that fail, we're gonna end the episode. I hope y'all enjoyed. I know I have. If you did, leave a like, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. Oh, dang it. Peace. Come on.